Namaste everyone. In today's video, I wanted to share with you how to set your goal for the new year. Happy New Year, happy 2022. I wish you guys all the best and I wish you guys have a good start to the year and have the capability to create your life as much as beautiful as possible this year for yourself. My name is Priya. I'm very passionate about sharing positivity and empowering others to live their life to their fullest. We're all creators. We have the capability to create our life the way we want. So let's make it beautiful together. Let's dive in. So it's New Year, and the first thing most people do is create New Year's resolution. And often, we do well until January, and then February, we're still trying to hold on to it. By end of Feb, usually it's gone. The New Year's resolution, we're like, oh, did we even come up with it? We totally forget about it. So what's a good way to actually create a really detailed plan for yourself so you will stick to it and you can accomplish a lot of things. So the first thing I want you to know is you should write it down. Just by saying this is what you want to do this year, you might even forget about it the next day, and you probably wouldn't be able to hold yourself accountable for it. So make sure you write it down. Whatever you write down, it will kind of stick deep into your brain, into your subconscious mind, and it'll help you be accountable when you keep looking at it every day. The next step is to make sure you have everything aligned. You want to make sure you're creating something that's not realistic. It has to be realistic, but at the same time, it has to be achievable. So you can get through the whole year working on this. And then at the same time, you want to make sure it's a little bit challenging, because it shouldn't be too easy where you feel like, oh yeah, I got this, and then you're done, and then you're like, now what? So make sure you create something that's basically making you grow, because we are always growing, and if you're not growing, you're not living. So make sure you focus on something where you can grow yourself. So if it's something, a knowledge that you want to acquire, make sure you write that down and then put the details in. How are you going to acquire this knowledge? Are you going to be signing up for some courses? Are you going to be learning it on your own? Whatever it is, write the details down. And then also write down exactly when you're going to do it, and make sure you stick to that. And if you don't, then reassess on a weekly basis. Reassess where you're going wrong. Is it because you don't have enough time, or is it the time that you specifically had chosen that's not working for you? So let's say you're working out, you're one of your plan is to start working out, and you chose 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. and then you're not getting up on time. Then maybe you're not the morning type of person, and maybe you shouldn't work out in the morning, and maybe try to squeeze in time in the afternoon. And if you're still not able to do something in the afternoon, then break things down and tell yourself, okay, I'll work out, go for a jog 10 minutes in the morning, and then do some stairs 10 minutes in the afternoon. Whatever is, try to split things up. So when you write the details down, then you know what's working and what's not working. You have to reassess it. So it's not something you write in a journal and then you forget about it, because I have done that in the past, where I sit down on December 31st and then I write down, this is what I want for January 1st. And then come January, New Year's party, and I'm not thinking about anything else. And then after that, I forget about the journal. So don't just write it in a journal, forget about it. Make sure you have a book where you look at it every day and keep up with it. The last point I wanted to tell you is basically, instead of, it's good to write it down and, focus on one thing, but also make sure you give yourself that flexibility to kind of focus on into your entire life. Basically, every aspect, every pillar of your life that matters to you. So I would definitely focus on education. So if it's something that you want to learn something new, it could be a language that you want to learn, or a skill set that you want to learn, whatever it is that will make you grow, make sure you focus on that. And it doesn't have to be actual schooling. It could be anything that you learn on your own, DIY projects, anything that that you want to focus on, make sure you start doing that. And then the second thing is, so when you focus on your skill sets and knowledge, the second thing you should also focus on is your wealth. And it doesn't matter where you are at. You could be under your budget. You could be in a minus bank account, wherever you are, or you could be doing really well. But make sure you take the next step to see how else you can get better. So make sure you focus on it. And if you're not doing great, then see what's making you not doing great. Is it you need to get a second job? Is it that you need to get a better type of job? Or is it that you need to cut down on your spending? It could be for this year, it could be, your goal could be that you only spend money when you actually have the cash in hand, so you're not swiping your credit card. Whatever it is, make sure you put that in writing and focus on your wealth. Wealth management is really important, and most people would have noticed that, especially during pandemic, when a lot of people have lost their jobs, and you know how it's important to have some savings, have some emergency money for you to spare. So make sure you keep up with that as well. And the next thing is obviously health. You need to take care of your health, eating healthier, exercising, whatever that looks like for you. Make sure you write that down and put it into detail. Instead of saying I want to get healthier, write the steps down of what you're gonna do to get that. If it's gonna be doing meal prep, or if it's gonna be doing certain groceries at these days, so you don't run out of food and then end up buying doing a takeout or something. So whatever it is, make sure you write that down in detail. And the last aspect I wanted to share with you is also focus on your spirituality. We're all spiritual beings, and we need to tune into that. And if we do, we have greater powers, and you can accomplish so much more if you can. And it doesn't matter religion and all that. That's totally up to your belief system. But focus on what matters to you. And we are spiritual beings. So how can we better ourselves? It could be character building. And how do you build your character? Start reading great books. There's so many yogis that have written books. You can read their books. You can read religious books. Whatever, it could be your own religion or someone else's. Like, it doesn't matter. Just grow your knowledge in that. And when you start reading spiritual books, you actually build your character as well. So it's really important to start exercising those practices. Make sure it could be yoga. Yoga is also physical exercise, but it's also a spiritual exercise. So get yourself into something that will enhance your spiritual powers. It could be a 5-minute meditation. It could be, affirmations that you want to tell yourself. Whatever it is, make sure you put that in as well, along with the rest of your goals. I hope this video was helpful for you. These are just some of the tips. If you have more tips that you're doing already, please put that in the comments. I would love to learn from you as well. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and click the notification button, as I'm very determined to creating weekly videos for you guys to empower you to live the best version of you. Until then, namaste.